We grind on a daily. Bringing light to this world when it's raining. If you got any doubt, go ahead and wait and see. Only option is to win when you with the AC. Yeah, AC the game. Watch out, cause Big Bro is back in the game. I'm back in the city.
Welcome to the Always Climbing podcast. This is another episode of season 3. Appreciate all the support. Please continue to like, comment, and share. Special thanks to all the supporters and the entire project and the climbing community. Like we always do, we do a climber of the week. But this week, we don't have a climber of the week. We struggled trying to find one. We need the community to start spreading some climbers out there and messaging us some people that's doing well in the community, some other businesses, so we can start shouting them out and spreading some love.
Man, yeah, for real. We really been looking for a climber all week, and really? Then I kind of fell off. You know what I'm saying? I haven't been looking on Instagram or anything. And right before the podcast started, we like, who's the climber? I couldn't think of nobody, but you see how now y'all both was in this conversation, and all three of us was stuck. Who's a climber, right? But see how God works. I just thought of a climber, all right? Garfield Turner, Coach G, okay? He's a coach for the Firestone Falcons. This guy is down like 25 pounds, if not more. He's on his weight loss journey, okay? And came up to me specifically today, and was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? This is something I'm trying to do. I'm trying to lose some weight. You think you can help me out with, just a meal plan? So we got together, you know what I'm saying? We got that down. I'm no scientist, but I know how to lose a little bit of weight. All right. So shout out to him. He's the climber of the week, the unofficial climber of the week. All right. He the unofficial climber of the week. But yeah, we need more support. We need more love. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all got somebody, if you listening and you know somebody in your family, somebody that you're close to, somebody that you work with, that's really on their grind, that's truly, you feel like it's climbing up that mountain of success, let us know. Send us a DM message, throw it in the comments so we can give them a shout out and give them the roses that they deserve. All right. Back to you, Joe, man. Back to you.
Yep. And those shots can be big or small. So, Bryce, thank you for getting down the buzzer. Now let's get into the topic of representation. But before we get into that, we got a very special guest, another wonderful Firestone alum who's very successful and about to spit some knowledge to y'all. I would like to introduce Ashley Ingram and, share your background and tell them a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so hey, everyone. Thanks for having me, y'all. I really appreciate this. I love what y'all doing. Y'all always loved y'all in high school. So, big thanks. But for everyone who doesn't know me, I'm Ashley, born and raised in Akron, Ohio. I attended Bethune-Cookman University in Daytona Beach, Hale Wildcat, for my BS in accounting. Once I graduated, I went to the University of Maryland and I got my master's in accounting. So now I work for one of the big 4 accounting firms. I'm in Charlotte. I'm a certified fraud examiner, forensic accountant. I do own my own business, my own accounting business. So we're coming up on year 2 in business. So
yeah. You work with nonprofits?
Yeah, I do.
Ooh,
I got y'all. Just hit me up. Y'all got my email. So I've been doing that. In the process of getting my certification to become a money laundering specialist. That's about it. That's what's up with me right now, y'all. I do help my job with the organization. We do help students get into college. So that's something like I've been really big on, even in undergrad and now, like once I graduated, just like, giving back to the community and helping out the younger students, because we were once in their place, and I wish somebody told me what I knew now, because I probably be, I'm good in life, but I'd probably be a little lot further if I knew, some stuff. But
if you listen to this and you went to school with us, you're around our age, continue to take notes. Okay. We have so many guests on this podcast that are like-minded like us, right? Why will we wait? Why are we waiting until we're 40? Okay. The 20s is so selfish. The 20s is for you to grow yourself, but we still find more and more people that's interested in helping the next generation now, right? We're not waiting until we 40 years old. So much love to you for that. That's dope. That's dope for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm very excited now because actually we had a quick call earlier today and you ain't telling me all that now. You said, yeah, I'm counting. I said, you still got your business and everything? Yeah. And then you got this. So now it's making me want to add some stuff in. So I'm really excited now. I just want to go into a little bit of your upbringing and going into like your How was it for you growing up in Akron?
Growing up in Akron. I mean, that's when I saw that question on the outline, I was like, what am I about to say? But I don't know. I love growing up in Akron. Like I really appreciate Akron more now that I left, because I haven't lived in Akron since we graduated from high school. Yep. So like just the small knit community, I love being from Akron. Like when people ask me like, oh, you from where LeBron from? I sure am. Like I do love my little city. You know, I grew up, you know, we weren't rich, we weren't poor, but you know, I grew up on the west side. Like I went to Catholic school most of my life, and then I transferred to Firestone. You know, I don't really know. Like I enjoy living in Akron. I do miss it now, so I try to go back more because my dad lives there. My mom, she moved after I graduated from high school, and my brothers and sisters. So, you know, I try to go back and visit my family, and it's crazy because like every time I come to Akron, I might like see one of y'all or like someone I went to high school with, just like at the grocery store. So I do enjoy that. Like I like that.
Yeah, I run into people all the time. I'm back in Akron. You know, I was up in Toledo, still in Ohio, but I didn't recognize nobody up there. You know what I'm saying? That was a whole different world myself. And now that I'm back, I can't even go to a gas station and get gas without running into somebody I know.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that. I like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if this is forever for me and Janelle, but you know what I'm saying? As of right now, I'm very content being back in the city, giving back, you know what I'm saying? So I can definitely relate to that for sure.
It's like, you know, you don't know how much you missed it until you leave. It's like, you know, we all still ready to get out. Like, oh, I'm ready to get out of Akron. I hate it here. But, you know, we always end up going back or visiting for something because, you know, that's always home. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, me personally, I love Akron. And like you said, once you leave, you start to miss it because coming up, like, it was so many teachers like, oh, you want to do something? You got to get out. You got to get out, which is why we like the AC. We like, no, we about to bring something here. So that's beautiful. So now, like transitioning to college, you go to an HBCU, but then Cookman, how was that experience from you? Because coming through Catholic school, then going to Firestone, which was a balance in, you know, the whites and the African Americans, then going to all like, you know, HBCU, very different experiences.
Oh, it was so different, y'all. Like I low-key had a culture shock, like when I got to Florida and I was at an HBCU with all these Black people, because honestly, I think y'all remember Mr. Griggs or Tim, like in 10th grade, he was my first Black teacher.
Yeah.
Like that was my first, and I was in 10th grade. So that's time I didn't have a Black teacher until I'm like 16 years old. Mm-hmm. So it was definitely a culture shock. I loved it. I wouldn't, you know, change my decision. I've never been around so many Black people, like successful Black people ever. So like when I got to school, I was like, wow, like what is this? Like, you know, my parents, like they had regular jobs. Like my mom was a postal worker and my dad, he works for Megget. So it's like, you know, those are good working jobs, but like as professionals, like accountants, lawyers, doctors, you know, I never really like came in contact with them until I got to school. But, you know, I really loved going to Cookman, especially it's in Florida. You know, Akron, it's snowing, it's cold. I had never been to Florida ever, y'all. Like first time going to like first time getting on a plane, first time being in Florida. Like my parents was looking at me crazy when I said, no, I want to go to school in Florida. They're like, you don't want to go to Kent State? No. No, I gotta go. I got to go. So yeah, like, you know, I definitely encourage a lot of people, a lot of students when I talk to them to try out HBCUs, because I feel like a lot of people count on HBCUs for, oh, I'm not going to get a job. I'm not going to get the experience I need. Oh, PWI is better or it's too expensive. And it's just like, okay, yes, everyone has different experiences to the point of why you can't go to a school. But, you know, like, just don't count it out, because those schools were made for us, for Black people. So.
Yeah. Now, were you mindful of going to a HBCU coming out of high school?
I wasn't, y'all. I was like, I used to laugh at AB in the back of Miss Davis's class because he was back there just doing scholarships, and now I'm like, I should have been back there with AB, because I never really, I did not take like the college process serious. It was probably like after Christmas break, my mom was like, okay, what you doing? Like, you going to college? Like, you trying to go to college for basketball? Like, what are you doing? Like, you have to figure something out. So I applied for every school I applied for was out of state. Try to go to A&T, try to go to NC State. And Bethune-Cookman, my cousin actually went there and played basketball. And then Dana would come back and do like presentations. So like I was like, I guess, let me apply. And got in, and it just is what it is. It's just been there. It's been the story from the jump. So
two comments on what you just said. First of all, Dana, gotta give her a rose, because even I remember when she did that, and she ain't had to do that. You know what I'm saying? That's so dope. And when you really think about it, that's so dope. You know what I'm saying? It's a little stuff like that, man. Like, I love that. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it more now that I look back. I didn't even think about that till you just said that. But also, AB, that's a go-getter. He's still like that. He in pharmacy school right now, and like he be like, I'm telling y'all, get on these scholarships. I'm like, bro, I'm out of school. What did you talk about?
Man, AB, you should have told me that like before we started this, because I probably would have been in less of debt than I am now from these student loans. But I got some of my school paid for, so I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's beautiful. So like you talked about having your first Black teacher sophomore year of high school to now having all your teachers, I'm pretty sure, are African American or Black at Bethune-Cookman. Did that representation or the people around you shape your career path and what you end up going to? Or do you have like a ideal major you knew you were going to be an accountant going into Bethune-Cookman?
So I guess we can start with the career path first. So I honestly, y'all, just like stumbled upon accounting. So like when we had BPA in high school and like DECA, I did BPA to get out of school early. Like that's the only reason I signed up. I'm like, let me get out of school early.
That's why I did DECA, so I feel it.
But you know what? The joke was on me because I didn't have no job. Like I couldn't leave school without a job. And then, like basketball season is later and my parents already didn't want me to have a job. So it was just like, I just got in this program for no reason. I can't even leave early. Like I'm just sitting here for 3 periods doing accounting work. Like this is boring. But it actually like ended up being easy. Like it was enjoyable. I loved it. Miss V was the teacher. She actually like pushed me, and till this day, I'm so grateful that she did this because didn't even know that was going to help me in the long run. So she pushed me to take college classes in our senior year. So I took my first like accounting 1 class as a senior. So when I came into when I came into college, I already had that credit. So it pushed me like a year ahead of like all the freshmen that I came in with because I already took this accounting class. So still to this day, so thankful. I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I did it to get out of school early, but I didn't get out of school early. But it's okay. I'm glad I made that decision. So that kind of like shaped my choice in major because I'm like, okay, well, I guess I already have this accounting class. I already know I'm gonna stick with this. I don't know no accountants, like so I know they make good money. So I guess I'm gonna start off. I did that, and then once I got to Cookman, networking, like I'm a big advocate of you never know who's watching you, like ever. So my freshman year, the one of the dean's advisors, like came up to me and she told me like, I like you in the class, blase, offer me a job. So I worked for the dean of the business building for 4 years. My whole 4 years of school, didn't have to worry about books, had a job, whatever classes I wanted, and whatever like, networking events. So went to a networking event called NABA in Atlanta and National Association for Black Accountants. I went there. I came out with like an internship for the company I work for now. And ever since then, I've been interning since 2017 at that company, started full time in 2020, and they paid for me to go to grad school. So it's just like networking was a big piece of that. And then also too, like, I met so many smart people at Cookman. Like still to this day, I have a friend. He's like 37, still big age difference, but he's still like 37. This guy's a millionaire. He owns 2 successful companies. So whenever I need guidance or something with my business, that's the first person I'm calling because it's just like, you've been through this, you ran 2 successful companies. Like, what's your opinion on this or whatever. So it's just like, that was something like I enjoyed at Cookman. And I forgot the other piece of the question that you asked because it was kind of long-winded.
Now, what about the humility piece with that? Because first of all, Jovan, that's a takeaway in itself, right? You know what I'm saying? You never know who's watching. Remember that, all right? That's a takeaway for you. But But
what you be out here doing? I'm just playing.
that humility piece of being able to reach out to a friend that you see is successful, and I ain't gonna say you would hate on them, but I'm just saying just to even have the humility and the pride in yourself to be like, all right, I'm just gonna step up and ask these questions to my friend. You know what I'm saying? Be like, bro, I see you doing this. You know what I'm saying? You successful. You where I want to be. What do I got to do? What do you say to the people that either one will hate and be like, no, I ain't gonna lie, no, I'm cool, or two, be too stubborn and try and do it on their own and make those mistakes on their own? What do you got? You got anything to say to those type people?
I just feel like you got to put that pride to the side. Like, you got to ask for help. Think about it. We don't know who Jeff Bezos asked for help to help him start up Amazon. It could have been a quick little 5-minute phone call to somebody who, do it like this, do it like that. So I just feel like you got to put that pride to the side for sure. Like, and I was going to touch on this earlier, but it kind of has slipped my mind. But I want to get into real estate. So I don't know if y'all know Helen Burroughs, like her brother went to Firestone with us.
Yeah. She tapped into her too.
And it's crazy. I went to school from kindergarten to like high school with Helen. So it's like, I reached out to her like, hey, you're doing your thing with real estate. How did you get started? I'm interested in this. So it's just like, she gave me some good information. And it's like, people are so quick to go pay somebody for knowledge that you don't know. And you got somebody right here that's like, they willing to help. Like, if anybody ever comes to me for advice, I'm quick to like, I'm doing all, like, I'm researching for you. I think you should do this. I might get you in contact with somebody I know. So it's just like, we got to start leveraging our people, man. Like, because Black people are so smart. I love it so much. Like, we just resources of community resources right there.
And that might have been a credit to, you know what I'm saying, you even going to a HBCU. I can't speak for sure, but like, I know a lot of people that go, to other institutions, like, we don't, like at Toledo, we didn't talk to, Black people like that. Like, it was like I said, it wasn't hating, but it's like, oh, I see dude doing over there. I want to know how he lost all that weight, or I wonder this and that. Like, I just don't want, I lost 80 pounds. I don't want people to ever feel like, oh, I can't talk to Bryce, or ask him how he did all that. When you want to ask me, right? Like, we got to have that humility to be like, okay, I know he from Akron, just like I'm from Akron. But at the end of the day, he where I want to be. I want to lose weight just like he did, right? So I need to ask him. Or let's say it's somebody that's successful, like, don't have that stubbornness in you, and just go ahead, take that extra reach and go ask. So I appreciate you sharing that, because that's something that I think about too. Like, we just talked about this today. Like, me and Jovan was on the phone. I know the bare minimum of like tax write-offs and stuff when it comes to like LLCs and stuff. And I'm sitting like really trying to figure out, like, could we get a van or something for our company? Like, it's a nonprofit, so is it different? And I know somebody that writes off like everything for their company, like, everything. So I told Joe, I'm like, bro, I don't got no problem asking this person. You know what I'm saying? Not while some people would be like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna ask. Like, man, I ain't got no problem asking. You know what I'm saying? So that's good. I appreciate you sharing that, because we need to get that out for the world to hear, for real.
Yeah. You really got to throw away that perception of like, oh, I want to be better than this person, or like competitiveness and, like, oh, I want to have more. Like, bro, if they got the answers, let them give you the answer. Like, people want to help you.
Exactly.
Spread knowledge. Like, you actually have to just go out and just ask. Yeah. I've been told yes about asking a question or giving the answer to a question way more than I've been given a no or a cold shoulder.
Yeah,
exactly. But I think, also too, like, I think we just got to learn that, like, because looking at myself from probably 18 years old to now, like, I probably would be scared to ask somebody like, well, how did you do this? Like, but I had to get out of that. If I want where I want to be in life, I got to open my mouth and like, network and talk to people. So definitely have to get over that.
That's good. I think it's funny because like, I look at like, at least from my perspective, like where I came from as far as like development and career path and everything like that. I think a big part of it is just like still maintaining that being of a kid and like always wanting to learn and always being able to ask questions without any fear of like what people think about you. It could be a dumb question or not, but still have the innocence still within in yourself to just be like, I don't know no better. So like, let me just go ahead and ask.
Right.
Now, having that mentor, did he push you into like creating your own business, or like was that just a motivating factor from just seeing how he moved?
He did kind of push me. Honestly, I didn't even know like he was as successful as he was until like I got out of school, because we just always stayed in touch, like type of, he was just alumni from my school. And then when I moved to Charlotte, that's when we really started getting like a mentor thing going on. I always wanted to be like a business owner. I'm just not good with people telling me what to do. And I'm just like, I'm a good employee, but up to a certain extent, because I don't know. I'm my own boss for real. But that was one of the things, like I wanted something of my own. Like, yes, I work for this accounting firm and I have this knowledge, looks great on my resume, but I was never like, I don't know, like a worker bee. I want to do my own thing. So that was what kind of like, started it. I wanted to get into my career field, gain as much experience I can. I'm still learning to this day, but I just thought it was something to just try. And I did. My business partner and I, we met in college, actually. She was in the same major as me, so she's an accountant as well. We started just doing like free taxes with United Way. I don't know if you ever heard of the VITA program.
Mm-hmm.
So they have it all over the U.S., multiple locations from, I believe, February through April, like tax time, and they do your taxes for free for like low income families. So we did that for about 2 years at our university. So we always stayed in touch. And then I think probably like around last year or like 6 months into me working, I was like, I think I want to start like, I want to try this. I want to see if I could get people to like trust me to do their taxes or do their accounting, like, because I know I can do the work, but it was just like putting everything together. Like, I don't know, you gotta have a lot of faith in yourself, because I was a lot of self-doubt. Like, people, like, they gonna pay me to do their stuff. Like, they trust me like to do it. I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna do it. I'm qualified, I went to school, I know. So that's just how it started. And then we've been definitely going strong since then. We exceeded our expectations from like our first year. And I just like, appreciate everyone who consistently shared our stuff, or like, told a friend, my mom telling her coworkers. So it's like, I'm blessed, and I'm happy that I took a chance to do that.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big blessing. So what exactly is all the services that you guys offer?
So we offer tax preparation, bookkeeping for businesses, and then we also do business startups. So we help you like create an LLC or any other like business entity that you wanted to create, and help you register with the state.
Nice.
That's official, man. That's official for sure.
That's hard. And what's the name of it?
It's duh. Well, I forgot.
Yeah, because we gonna put it up. We gonna put it up on here. They're gonna be seeing it. If they watching on YouTube, they're gonna see it right now.
It's ANS Accounting Services, LLC. We are worldwide, 50 states. So when you guys put up my link, go ahead and click the link and fill out the client intake form, and we'll hit you back up the next business day.
Say less.
Now,
do they gotta ask for you specifically or no?
No, I mean, it's only two of us, my partner and myself. So we regularly check the email. So when we contact you, it'll be, both of us contacting you, talking, consultation, whatever. So yeah.
And you said y'all doing it all 50?
Yep, all 50 states.
Ooh,
that's lit.
That's lit. That's hard.
Now you said it's a link. Is it a website? Y'all got a website, like a specific website?
Yep. So the link in our bio, that's the website.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm official. I got a website. Go check us out.
Where you make the website? Because we made ours on Wix, and we don't really like the prices.
Listen,
the price is a little crazy.
That website, you see this much close to like, I don't even want to do this no more. I don't even want a business no more. Dealing with people. We actually hired someone in another country to do it. The first person, he was just so janky, y'all. Like, I thought he was gonna run off on our website. We wasn't gonna have nothing. I'm panicking because I'm like, how people gonna contact us? Like, this is ghetto. They're not. This is unprofessional. But, who do we? Fiverr, yeah, Fiverr.
The plug.
Yeah. So we actually like found another guy on there. I had to learn how to do some stuff. So hit me up. I could probably make y'all website. website for real.
Okay.
But no, I'm just playing. But Fiverr, yeah, for sure.
We got a lot of merch and stuff, and one thing that we trying to get into is actually I got one. This one ain't stitched, but we trying to stitch hats.
Mm-hmm.
So I got on Fiverr and got our logo like digitized so you can stitch it. So yeah, I'm hip to Fiverr a little bit.
Yeah, I had to figure that one out on my own. That was the other thing too. Like my business, it was hard. Like trying to figure out a lot of this stuff on your own. Like who can I outsource? Does this look right? You never really understand how many moving parts it is, like little moving parts to a business until you start one. So,
what do you say to the people that maybe want to start a business, right? And because we know too, just from a nonprofit standpoint, but how difficult it is to really follow through. Do you got any messages for those people that like maybe have started and they might have gave up in the past, or maybe are too scared to even start?
I would say like if you want to start a business, just make sure it's something that you're passionate about. It's not always about the money, because once you just in it for the money, you can tell that business is here for the money. That the product, the quality is just not there. Keep going. Like I'm struggling with that right now. Like, I get tired. I do have a 9 to 5. It's the end of the year. I want to chill. I'm ready for New Year's, Christmas, but I'm gearing up for next tax season. Like me and my business partner, we planning like, okay, what we doing different this year? What was the mistakes we learned? So, but it's just that motivation. You got to keep going. I know it's hard to just be like, I don't feel like doing this today. I'm gonna do it tomorrow. But it's like, our tomorrows can turn into a month. So, just keep the motivation and just leverage your people, man. Like network, because you never know who can help you. Like I didn't know who could help me when I was starting my business. Even my friends, like, you think this logo look nice, or what you think about this name, or what you think about this deal, or stuff like that. So that's kind of like the 3 things I would tell them.
But I think that's all great advice for sure.
Yeah. What's probably the biggest struggle that you've had so far in your first 2 years of being in operation?
Well, one right now, motivation, because I told you I'm just not trying to do it right now. But I can say like just keeping hope that you're gonna get clients, because mine is all like client based. So it's like I'm reaching out to people, or I'm constantly on social media every day, trying to promote my business. So that was like one struggle, getting people. But when we did get the momentum up, getting people, it was kind of like, okay, well, how do I handle this with my 9 to 5? And also like it's tax season, so you got people calling you out. Where's my refund? And then it's just like the customer service aspect of it. I don't think we understand how like much customer service comes into play with your own business, because it's like, you got to put yourself in other people's shoes. Like when I call people and you don't answer, what's up? Like, you doing my taxes? When am I going to get this done? Open communication. So I think communication was one thing that we had to I'm keen on now. I'm big on top of it. I'm hitting you back next business day, just trying to stay professional as much as we can. And yeah, and also too, like, I guess like pricing, like our self-worth, like you don't want to, cheat yourself. Like, even though I am an experienced professional, I know I can do quality work. But you don't want to rip people's mouth out, but you don't want to sell yourself short too. So I guess that was like one big thing. Like, I'm also here to help and educate other people about accounting and taxes and business owners, but also too, like, I got to remember I'm here to make a profit as well. So it's like, that fine line of helping and still making sure my business is operating, because I'm here to make money. That's why I started the business. But,
Now, with all that going on, because that's a lot to balance. And I will say this just for viewers, anybody who wants to be an entrepreneur or work for themselves, you know what I mean? Even though you do have a 9 to 5 and you do start a business or do something else, you're still an entrepreneur. That just means you're just working and leveraging your business partner, which is that 9 to 5.
Yeah.
And that's a big gem. You just dropped the ball, man. Both of y'all did, because I don't know this from personal experience, but anytime I hear successful entrepreneurs, right, we still on the rise, like AC and stuff. But like when I hear successful entrepreneurs, that's like really at the top. They all say when they ask when you ask that question, like, what's some advice you got for people that start up? They like, don't quit your 9 to 5. People keep doing that. And that's the number one thing that is making these people fail with these businesses. Like, they're like, oh, shoot, man, I got 20 customers in the first month. 20 people that bought my shirt. Hey, I quit. I'm gone. Forget you. And guess what? Next month, that's it. Them sales is not there. And now what you doing? So don't quit that 9 to 5 until you really know your business is locked in, right? So I'm glad both of y'all said that. Y'all both kind of touched on that, which is huge.
Yeah, because oftentimes when you start that journey of being an entrepreneur, you don't really make a profit off of your business until like 3 years. Mm-hmm. That profit you do make, you're still putting it back in. So guys, people gotta be mindful of that. Don't just spend that quick buck or whatever and just say I'm gonna put half to it. No, you really gotta go all in and still grind that 9 to 5 and still put that same energy and attention into that passion that you have over here. So we have a passion and working within the community, leadership development, and giving back in all sorts of ways that we do with the AC. But you mentioned that you also work within the community as well and giving back. In what ways do you give back? And have you worked with other nonprofits within your accounting?
I actually haven't had the chance to work with any like nonprofits within like my either my personal or like my my accounting world. But yeah, y'all are my first ones. Like this is the first one. But as far as like giving back to the community, I've just been basically working on that mentorship program with the not college kids, with the high school kids. So like helping them get ready for like scholarships, FAFSA, essays, just like, giving them advice about college that I wish I would have took. Like I told you, I wish I would have took it more serious than what I took it before. I'm glad I ended up where I ended up, but a lot of people don't, because a lot of people don't have family. Like I'm a first generation college student. So how I knew stuff about college was either school or just like my friends, like, y'all know how to do this? Y'all know did y'all fill out FAFSA or stuff like that? So, I kind of wish I would have took advantage of those programs as a kid, then finding out about them later. So I've been doing that, but I honestly want to get back into the community with my business, like with the city of Akron, like just helping with like financial literacy or just like scholarships or just talking about career paths, or because, everybody beats college into people. School is not for everybody. And I am firm believer school is not for everybody. And I don't want people to think that like college is the only way, I can be successful or I can make money. So, that's something I wanted to educate them about, because it's, the Army, it's trade schools, it's Masons, like it's other stuff. Like you don't have to be a doctor, lawyer, or an accountant type thing. So
yeah, I'm really happy you said that, because a lot of times people, when you come up at least in a public school, they think everything's cookie cutter. Like you have to go to college or else your future is just over. Like you're going to go make music or play sports. You know what I mean? Like that's what it is. But then the careers that they tell us about that's in college, it's so like narrow. It's like medical field and business. It's never
or a teacher or some type of educator.
Exactly. When it's so many other things you can do. So I'm happy you said that.
Yeah, it's when you talk about that post-secondary, them options like trade school or trade, people that work trades, they making more money than people with bachelor's degrees now. Like that's a fact.
Construction workers, how to flip houses.
Yeah.
Now it's hard work. It's hard work.
Yeah.
but they're getting what they deserve now, right? Like back then it was like, oh man, I ain't smart enough for college. I'm just gonna go do this and make less than a college degree. But now they're literally making more than a bachelor's holder. I can't say most masters get what they deserve, but bachelor's degrees, you better off going to a trade for real, unless you got a long-term plan, right? So there's nothing wrong with college and there's nothing wrong with trade. You both can win for sure. So
like once you go to college, that bachelor's degree is expected. It's like a high school diploma at that point.
Man.
Yeah. And it's sad because it's like, dang, like I just minutes trying to tell me I got a high school diploma now. Then you go to grad school. Now they're trying to talk about grad school. It's like, oh no, see, like it's just dang. Like, yeah, y'all do gotta chill, because that was hard. School was hard. Like, hold on now. We gotta
right.
So yeah.
Yeah, to even get my job, I needed a master's, and That I thought that was crazy in itself. Like, I don't know, man. I just these degrees aren't adding up. You know what I'm saying, with the pay. So like,
No.
shoot, trades is really the move right now. Like, and I'm glad APS sees that, because Akron Public Schools, like, I work for Akron Public Schools, and they do see that. Like, they're heavy on graduation. They're not heavy on college like they used to be. It's like, yeah, college is an option, but here's all these different options. You can be an entrepreneur with cosmetology, right? We did all of that when we were there, but they got true pathways now. Like, there's literally, like, they focus in on it, which I love. I love it. So they see it. I hope the whole country is seeing it. But
and that's pretty new for them too. Like that they implemented that.
mm-hmm.
It's pretty important. Ashley, where do you see yourself a year from now, and where do you see the business going a year from now?
See myself from here a year from now. Well, healthy, still here, still blessed and highly favored. But I guess just still grinding. Like, my journey is not nowhere near done. Like, I'm not where I want to be in life, even though I'm still, glad where I'm at. But, still grinding. Hopefully I'm in real estate by that point. I was trying to do it this year, but inflation was just not, it just was not a good move for me. But, hopefully doing that, business still successful and, thriving, still growing. I thank you for all our clients who do support us, and anyone who shares our information, we support it. So, still thriving and, just still growing as a person. I'm still evolving every day. I'm not the same person I was last year, so just continue to grow.
You plan on relocating anytime soon?
I don't know. Like, I've been moving since I graduated from high school, so I'm kind of tired of it. Like, I think I'm going to be in Charlotte for a couple more years. I've been here for about 2.5 years, so I like it.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah. I don't know, Bryce, maybe.
Yeah, a lot of people be relocating. That's why I asked. It's just like, people don't find a forever home until they like 30. You know what I'm saying? So I just didn't know if you plan on relocating with all that growth. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I mean, it's always my options are always open. So where I will move, I have no clue. Like, I couldn't even tell you. I don't know. But I mean, if the money's right and I'm moving for an opportunity or something, I'm open to it for sure.
Yeah. Now I got a question, and this is kind of how we can close the podcast. You can answer this however you see fit. Okay. You can either answer, what would you say to an aspiring 16-year-old kid, or you can get more specific and say, what would you say to 17-year-old Ashley that doesn't really know much, is thinking about going to college, not sure, right? What would you say to her?
Let's see. Well, I guess that's kind of like I can combine the two, but what I would say to like a kid growing up now, like, don't be too hard on yourself, like, when you make mistakes, because you gotta love to fall in love with your mistakes, because, that's what makes us successful sometimes. And, when you standing at the top of the mountain, you're going to realize, like, okay, well, I fell and did all that at the bottom, and now I'm at the top, and those mistakes made me to where I'm at.
Yep.
So I think sometimes we're too hard on ourselves when mistakes happen. I know I learned from that. I was upset, but it's just like, I never really made a lot of mistakes, or I never made a lot of mistakes or had stuff like that happen to me. So I had to learn how to, like, nah, I just got to embrace this and keep going. And then also too, like, don't compare yourself to others, because when you start doing that, you start to think what you're doing is wrong. And it's like, we all got our own paths. Stuff happens for a reason. So, that's one big thing, because everybody is not living how they living on Instagram. That we all got to remember that for sure, because it's not what we think it is. And then also to my 17-year-old self, I would say, keep going, girl. Like, just keep going. Like, if you feel like you want to do something, or you scared, just do it. Like, take that leap of faith, because you never know what could happen. Like I said, everything happens for a reason. And, I've kind of like low-key had that same mindset since, I was 17. So, like, that mindset has carried me to where I am now, and got me to, my journey in life and all the accomplishments I've made. So.
Dope.
Yeah.
That's great advice. That's
something
that somebody our age can learn. You know what I'm saying? Right now.
For sure.
For sure.
Get ready to close out. we always do our 15-second takeaway. I'll go first. So, I mean, the biggest thing for me from what I got from this, you never know who's watching. I love that part because then you combine that with networking. You know, you want to go and ask that guy a question. You want to go and learn from someone, and you acting a fool just a minute ago. Now that first impression is what they see, and that's probably not even who you are. So always keep that in mind, and continue to network and always be, like I said, be a kid, ask questions, have the innocence to ask the question, and never feel embarrassed about working and climbing towards your goals.
Yeah, I gotta agree with that, man. But just in the interest of not doubling up, my 15-second takeaway, you know what I'm saying, is if you got that dream, if you got that goal, go get it. You know what I'm saying? You're never too young to go chase your dreams. If you feel like you're a 15, 16, 17-year-old teenager right now and you're trying to fit in, you don't really know where you fit in, but you know you got this like something in the back of your head talking to you like you know what you need to do. Go do it. Just do it. Just like Ashley said, just like Nike, just do it. Get it done. You know what I'm saying? So that's my 15-second takeaway. Just take that leap of faith, but you ain't got to do it alone. So that's kind of where I tie in with Jovan. Like, don't hesitate to reach out to people. You can reach out to AC. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got Ashley's Instagram now. You got her business Instagram. You got good mentors, right? That's what we provide with the youth. And also kids or people, adults our age and above, right? We all got our different paths of growth. So don't hesitate to reach out to the community. So that's my 15-second takeaway.
And you're never too old to chase your dreams either. I'll put that in there for our adults.
Period.
Never. The world is yours. Never.
Ashley, what's yours? I know you got something. 15-second.
Oh man, y'all took all of them.
Sprinkle a little something on us.
Yeah, but my 15-second takeaway is just like this whole experience. Like, I really do, like I said earlier, I appreciate what y'all doing because, I don't remember having people like coming back to even like Firestone or like little organizations or like communities coming back and telling us about career paths or even what y'all talk about, period. Last episode, mental health with Luch, big shout out to Luch. Like, I love Luch since high school. That was really a great episode. And I don't think we really like, talk about mental health within the Black community as much as we should. But just overall, my 15-second takeaway is for y'all. Like that's what I wanted to do.
Much love.
Thank you so much. We got a lot of good knowledge, good gems from Ashley today. I hope, all of our viewers get to run this back and really appreciate it. The youngins take notes. Old heads, please learn and know that you can start anything and do whatever you want. But please like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you everybody for watching.
Peace out. Hey, it's tax season. Tax season's coming up. Tap in. The link is in the bio.
Hit your girl up. I ain't gonna rip them out. Just hit me up. Okay?
Peace out.
Got no regrets, I got no shame. Taking over, about to go insane. I thought they told ya I'm a neighborhood soldier. Pops told me when I walk around, act like they already know ya. Price tag about to go up. Hope that all my brothers blow up. Gang about to take over. Oppositions, they below us. I need a key to the city. Just know when I make it, I'm about to